All right, let's be real for a second. The world is in a competition to see who can have the worst day. It's a constant barrage of chaos and conflict. It's exhausting. It feels like the planet's official slogan has become, "Brace for impact." So, for just a few minutes, we're hitting the mute button on all of that. Think of this as the news, but without the side effects of wanting to build a bunker in your backyard. These are the stories that remind you that, despite all the evidence to the contrary, people can be pretty awesome. So, buckle up. Or don't. It's not that kind of ride. Our first stop is in one of the most technologically advanced cities in the world, where a very low-tech hero with 4 paws and a tail decided to take matters into its own hands. Or, well, paws. You get it. It's a cat story. And this one proves that even our pets are getting tired of waiting for us to figure things out. Our journey begins in Tokyo, a city famous for its efficiency, its technology, and, apparently, its incredibly resourceful cats. So there's this cat, right? It goes missing. But this cat was not just any cat. This was a cat with a plan. A few days go by, and a neighbor finds the cat's collar bell, just sitting on a park bench. Attached to the bell is a tiny rolled-up note. A note. The cat didn't write it, obviously. Its paws are too big for the pen. The note, written by the owner, said, "Please help me find my cat," along with a phone number. The cat had somehow managed to lose its collar in the one place where a helpful human would find it. It's like leaving a furry little breadcrumb trail for the rescue party. The neighbor, probably confused but also impressed, calls the number. The owner is ecstatic. But here's the kicker, the absolute best part of the story. Before the owner can even organize a full-scale search party, the cat just shows up back at home the very next day. It just strolls in, looking a little tired but incredibly smug, as if to say, "Yeah, I was gone." Now the bell is a keepsake, and the neighborhood talks about this cat like it's a local legend. Fun fact. Studies show that domestic cats have an amazing homing instinct, sometimes finding their way home from miles away. This one just wanted to make sure its human was also doing their part. Next up, we fly over to a small town in Italy. Kids decided a hospital needed a serious makeover. Forget fancy interior designers. These kids came armed with crayons, paint, pure, unfiltered joy. They taped bright, colorful pictures all over the hospital walls. It was a surprise art gallery, curated by 5-year-olds. Lopsided suns, rainbow-colored dogs, stick figures holding hands, pure happiness in paper form. It was a full-on, unsolicited art attack. The staff and patients loved it. A nurse said the hallway looked like a sunny day, even when it was gloomy outside. One patient saw a ridiculously happy flower and actually cracked a smile for the first time all week. The kids were invited back to perform a concert in the hospital garden. Elderly patients listening to children sing, surrounded by art that looks like it was made with sunshine. Then we head to Nairobi, Kenya. A bus driver decided the schedule could wait. He's driving his route when he sees a mother struggling on the sidewalk. She's got a stroller, and one of its wheels is completely flat. The driver pulls the whole bus over. He gets out, grabs a spare tube, and fixes the tire. The passengers on the bus start clapping. The bus ended up being only 5 minutes late, and everyone agreed that seeing that moment of pure, unscripted kindness was worth it. Nairobi's matatus are famous for vibrant art and loud music. But on this day, it became famous for its heart. The driver just said, "A little time makes a big difference," and became an internet hero overnight. Our Happy News tour now takes us down under to Sydney, Australia, where a simple garden pot almost started a neighborhood war. You know how it is. You have your space, they have their space. There's an invisible line you do not cross. A clay pot rolled onto that line, right between 2 neighbors' homes.
Both saw it at the same time, both reached for it. No, I got it. No, I got it. It could have turned into a feud, but they burst out laughing.
They realized how ridiculous it was, so they decided to share the pot. They planted flowers together, placed it on the border as a symbol of friendship. Now they water the flowers every morning and have tea together. The pot became a peace treaty. Visitors say the flowers smell like a happy story, far better than neighborly tension. Jetting to São Paulo, Brazil, for a story that proves dogs beat GPS. A driver on a quiet street hears a dog barking insistently. Not angry, more like, "Hey, look over here, you idiot." He looks and sees the dog next to a lost-looking boy. The boy wandered from his family at a busy market. The stray dog found him, refused to leave, acted as a bodyguard.
The driver pulled over. He and the dog waited with the boy. The frantic family searched. Panic turns to relief when they see their son safe. Hugs, tears of relief. The market erupts in cheers.
The dog got a massive bowl of food. People joke the dog had better directions than taxi drivers. Tiny fact, a dog's sense of smell is at least 10,000 times more acute than ours, which helps them find things we can't, like a lost child in a crowded market. For our grand finale, we have two stories that are basically impossible not to love. First, let's go to the chilly, beautiful city of Reykjavik, Iceland. A choir of senior citizens who met once a week just for fun got a surprise visit from a young musician. He offered to play piano for them for free, just because he loved their energy. They practiced a few songs together and then decided, why keep this to ourselves? They put on a free pop-up concert right in the middle of the town square. People walking by stopped in their tracks. Tourists started filming. The seniors were suddenly performing for a crowd. They were laughing. They were bowing. They were living their best rock star lives. They proved you're never too old to drop a surprise concert on an unsuspecting public. It's the kind of flash mob we can all get behind. And finally, we land in Vancouver, Canada, where a library came up with the most brilliant idea ever, a pet story hour. But it's not what you think. It's not people reading stories about pets. It's children reading stories to pets. The library brings in calm, friendly shelter dogs. The library also brings in calm, friendly shelter cats. Kids, especially shy ones, practice their reading by telling stories to the animals. The animals just sit there, listening patiently, wagging their tails and purring. They are the perfect, non-judgmental audience. This program has been a huge success. Teachers say it has helped quiet kids build confidence and find their voice. Reading to a golden retriever is way less intimidating than reading in front of a whole class. The animals get love and attention. The kids become better readers. The library becomes the coziest place filled with happy sighs and wagging tails. It's a win-win-win situation. These stories, a cat, a painting, a tire, a pot, a dog, a song, a book, they're not changing the world on a grand scale, but they are proof that kindness, humor, and a little bit of absurdity are happening all around us. So go on, find a small chance to make someone's day a little brighter. You might just start a happy headline of your own.